Hi everyone, my name is Rishad. Today is the 4th of August 2024. I'll be going over my weekly prediction for SPY. As usual, I'll be going over the monthly, weekly, and finally the daily charts, and then I'll switch over to the Excel sheet where we'll review last week's prediction and go over this one in more detail. But before getting into the video, it's important to make the disclaimer that all information here is completely educational, and therefore it is important to use this video as it's intended. Since it is an educational video, it is not a trading guide or anything. It is a record of my predictions and a log with its rationale. So please use this video in the correct manner. Conduct your own analysis, whatever analysis that may be, to make sure that you're comfortable with the risk, reward, and trading style before going ahead with anything. So with that out of the way, let's get into this video. Monthly charts, we can clearly see that the SPY has been in a huge run, but this last month has been very bearish for the S&P 500. And if I switch over to the weekly charts, when I switch over, this will become very, very obvious. Volume has been declining very heavily. Well, this was actually the month of July, which was a kind of doji spinning top type candle. This month, however, I expect it to be very, very, very bearish. Considering that this uptrend has been sustained for very long on divergent volume, this may well be the start of the short to intermediate term correction that I've been talking about. The ADX is actually rising, so that although that may change because it is a lagging indicator. RSI, however, has fallen, although it is if you don't count this last data point, it was technically rising. However, I do expect that this month should be a very bearish term for the SPY. Now, the weekly charts show a very similar kind of pattern, a very upstanding uptrend. However, the last 3 weeks very closely resemble a three black crows type of pattern. Not exactly, since they do have, some of them do have long wicks. However, it has a very strong semblance to that kind of candlestick pattern. RSI is crashing down. DI minus is going up, DI plus is going down, and it looks like they'll overtake each other in the next week, maybe next 2 weeks. ADX, however, is going down slightly, but it is a lagged indicator, and we are technically breaking the uptrend, so it would actually it makes sense that it is going down. However, this may be changing. This may change if the downtrend is established, although we can't say that for sure right now. So that's what we get from that. Now let's move to the daily charts, and here's where we see a very erratic kind of week, since we ended here, and then the next week, well, the first 2 candles were bearish. Then this is the week that I made a discretionary call, and when we go to the Excel sheet, this will become obvious. This was when the Fed interest rates came out, and I made, even though technically it didn't hit any boundaries specified in the last video, I did make the discretionary call to go long on all of my stocks that I monitor here, and we made a lot of money because of that. However, the next day was a very, very strong crash. I mean, look at the size of this candle. And then the next day down was a window, which hasn't been filled, so that's a good sign. However, it has a very long lower wick, so we do need to keep in mind that as well. RSI steadily going down. I mean, clearly ADX is going down too, and the daily charts, the DI minus is firmly above the DI plus, confirming we are in a downtrend on the daily charts for sure. Now, SPY, we made, as I mentioned, I made that discretionary call where we made $1,964.63, which would be around 1.5%, which is very good for a single week. And for this week, we'll wait until it crosses 533 and sell when it falls below 528.6 with a target of 1% trailing stop loss. If neither is hit, then we will just close on Friday. Weekly trend currently is up, however that may change, and probably next week I will change this to down. Monthly trend definitely currently is still up, however, yet again, that could be subject to change. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching, enjoy, and I will see you next time.